So what about programming? Do you believe that when you use certain words that you can program yourself consciously or unconsciously or both?
Yeah, I think both. I think that as we grow up, we're programmed by our parents, and then we accept that programming. And then as you get older and you become wiser and become more aware, you begin to shift and change that programming. Hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully. Not everybody does. Again, we talk about the observer and about look at your own actions. But I also think that, you are programmed. But you can also program yourself for the positive.
That's what I just wrote down here.
Exactly.
You
You
are
can.
always programming you, for you, about you, for whatever reason.
I think it's Fatima Abate, who is an amazing mystic, modern day mystic from Brazil. I think it's 21 days that you have to program yourself like day after day, and then it becomes permanent.
There you go.
And then it becomes permanent.
Yeah. So you said 21 days.
I think it's 21 days, but I'll get back to everybody on that.
I'll get back to everybody. That's what I'm talking about. So do you believe that if we don't consciously pick words, listen, I know I'm the one making it sound like work.
Yeah.
Homework. Oh my God.
But it's not.
It isn't. It is truly, it's light. And it's making a choice. Listen, when you go to a coffee shop, what do you order? Do you list all the things you don't want when you go there and say, well, I don't want this.
No.
Or do you ask for your Trenta iced caramel macchiato upside down old school ad shot with soy milk? I'm just saying. Or it's the same with words.
Yeah.
Why do we, in the restaurant called the universe, go, I don't want an a-hole. I don't want someone that's going to hurt my feelings. I don't want someone who doesn't have a job. We don't do that.
I don't want to have to take care of it.
Really,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody like it's almost the only area where we perpetually talk about what we don't want, honestly
then
believing that we're going to get what
Yeah.
we do want.
Because then you attract what you don't want.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
By
right.
default,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single time. So I believe that we are perpetually hypnotized. And if we're lucky, it's a high frequency hypnotization. I joke about this and I'm dead serious about it. I am so susceptible as a sensitive person to
Yeah.
programming, which is why I
Yeah.
do not watch the news.
Yeah.
I do not
Yeah.
read the
Yeah.
newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't listen to the news on any of my mechanisms. And I deliberately keep higher hertz frequency music in the background when I'm home. Because if I'm going to be hypnotized, I need to choose what I'm being hypnotized by. And I hate to say this, but over 90% of the human race is being shipmatized, copyrighted and trademarked here with coming out with Liz and Eddie. Or 90% of the population is accidentally being shipmatized by either propaganda or someone else's belief systems or someone else's agenda, even if the agenda is for you to go buy a certain cereal. So I could be driving down the road. If I stop choosing words and thoughts that are higher and more pure, or if I'm having just a day where I'm feeling a little tired in that moment, the minute we dip, we're susceptible to shipmatation, being hypnotized by other people's SHIT. We'll talk about where the word shit came from later.
Okay,
Fascinating.
he's looking at me like, because I'm looking at him like, where did that come from?
And so if I have a dip, if I'm just a little tired or a little exhausted, or if I'm overextended, and I forget to hypnotize myself with words that are opulent and abundant, then I will become I hate to use the word victim, but I become the pawn in somebody else's hypnotized game or programmed game.
Yeah.
So I can be setting my car a little tired. If I hear, a commercial on the radio for 22 seconds about the new Keebler, dip this cookie with coconut into some chocolate with some pecans to it.
Or some milkshake with blah, 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 blah,
my
blah.
ass will be at Vaughn's asking some nice clerk where those coconut macaroon dipped in chocolate little Keebler elf, what happened to the tree where they live cookies?
Yeah, it's true.
And so I'm like, wait a minute. I am no longer deliberately choosing my experience. I have become a byproduct of somebody else's program.
So that's why you don't want your children or yourself to watch hours and hours and hours of television. It's mind numbing.
It's the number one tool next to the radio. Listen, we're going to freak your freak for a second.
Yeah.
And movies. And your phone, and your computer. It is TVs were the number one way to program an entire world to do what other people want you to do so that you don't think for yourself. Free thinkers are fewer and further between now.
That's true.